Good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. How are we all? We all right? Are we all good? We all cooking on gas? Good. Right, so this is just a little stream this afternoon, and then we'll be picking things up again a little bit later on this evening. So for this stream, we're going to do a high-speed run on Great Western. We're going to revisit the Great Western Blue, and just have a little look and see what's been fixed with the patch. And then we're probably going to head off to Germany for a run. So yeah, we got a little bit planned. So without further ado, we need to go to platform number 11 at Reading. So this one. And I believe it's for this train. Would have been really helpful if the passenger information systems were working. Because that will now tell me where this one's going, because I'm not sure if this is going out of Reading or into Reading. So we'll have to sit in the seat and find out. Ah, yeah, this is the one I wanted. Excellent. Right, so let's start by setting up our train. So let's get our master key in. Put it on neutral. Want our DRA on because we are sat at a red. Then we're gonna turn on our safety systems. We've put our headlights on. It's a horrible, miserable day, so we are going to turn on the lights in saloon to bright, and then going to get the old wipers on. Oops, on there. Really hammering it down today. Right, okay, our gauges are nice and lit up, so you can see what's going on. Let's get the doors open on the right hand side. Yep, I think we are now good to go. I saw that, Willow. I saw your comment the other day that they'd put the freight back in. And I'm keen to see how it's been implemented. Sorry folks, just got the window open and the wind's just picked up, so it's just blown the door open, so I've just had to stick the old pineapple door stop in the way to stop it from blowing open still. So have we got okay levels for the game sounds? Because I have had some issues again trying to keep Anne working. She's decided that going to have a hissy fit, but there is no Anne because there is no Ollie, because I can't do both at once during a stream. So excellent, thank you for that, Willow. Right, so we're doing this service. Unfortunately I can't remember what service number we are doing. I believe it's 1 Lima 34. Right, so we're good to go. So let's cancel our DRA. Notch 2 at power. As the brakes now just ease themselves off. And we should start moving any moment now, he says. There we go. And we're away. First train of the day. So Willow, as you've clearly obviously played Great Western Blue since they've added the freight in, is there a lot of freight or is it just a little bit? Is it layered depending on what locos you've got? Nice long HST today. We are good for 40 miles an hour over this junction, and then the 60 starts just over the end. So we'll get our foot down. Just power on the train spines, we get a bit more engine noise. So let's just go to the rear of the train until we've dark. Ah, right, okay. Well, we'll have a little look at that when I go through it shortly. Oh. So it's all kicking off in the Formula One as well. So I'm trying to keep my eyes on everything. Diverging route, we've not got a speed decrease. Strange. Must be a right side failure. Right, so 33 miles we've got to go. We are literally just driving by the HUD. Oh, not by the HUD, by the instruments. Again, the speed limits will pop up, but it's only there as a guide. Trying to drive as much as we can by just as a real driver would, using track sort of features, landmarks, etc., aka route knowledge. Ourselves up to a 85 mile an hour. We're just going to throttle off, and we're just going to put the brakes in initial just to check that everything's working. So we're just going to do our running brake test. I'll wipe 10 mile an hour off the speed, so when the speed gets to 75, yep, there we go, we've released the brake. We'll let it roll for a minute while the brakes release fully off of the train. Right, there we go, and now we'll just gently apply some more power again. Watch the amps build up. We don't want to create a flashover. And there we go. Full throttle again. And away we go. And there we go. We're now good to go all the way up to Paddington. What a pick of a day though. One thing I did notice with when you've got the Great Western Blue installed, is that you don't get the longer HSTs anymore if you do the workaround. So if you go into journey mode, load it up, quit out, and then go into timetable, you used to get the longer HSTs. Well, now you don't. If you uninstall GWB, Great Western Blue, they come back again, which is annoying. So I think you have to decide which way you want to do it. Whether you want to have GW Blue installed all the time, or whether you want to install it when you play it. It's only a tiny download. But that's one thing I did notice, which is quite annoying, because Dovetail can clearly give us the PC timetable on console, but they don't want to. Yeah, but if you uninstall Great Western Blue, you get 9-car HSTs on any format. As soon as you install it, it removes the ability to do it, which is weird, considering it's still technically the same install. But yeah. We're supposed to be getting the PC version with the update. When they update or do the memory optimizations, we're supposed to be getting the PC timetable on console, which will be nice, because then you get the Greenford Loop services. So you go Paddington, Acton Main Line, and that one down. Crikey, this rain is I've set this rain a little bit high. Didn't mean to set it this high, but cloud level's low, so it's a little bit foggy as well. Approaching 120 now. Alright, Cliffy, good evening, or afternoon. Getting ahead of myself there. Welcome to the stream. Join us on your stomping ground. Little cheeky afternoon stream before we go back live at about 8-9 o'clock this evening. As it's a late one for me tonight, guys and girls, because I'm on nights next week, so we'll be staying up as late as we possibly can tonight to prepare ourselves for a full night shift tomorrow. Alright, so that's us up near enough 125. Yeah, well, we were all time travellers while we were sleeping this morning. As the clocks went forward an hour, it went from 00:59 to 2 AM. Right, so we'll just start the coasting process now. Well, not coasting, but notch 2. Did I turn off motion blur? No, I didn't. What an numpty. Now we have to turn it off, because that's annoying. I don't know, it's supposed to, but it resets every game every game session. I have raised it with Dovetail that it needs to be, if you set it off, it stays off. But they're like, well, it's not how we want it, and I was like, well, it's not your choice, is it? It's a user input request. If I want to turn it off, I want it left off, because it does make a hell of a difference to the way the game runs and the way the game feels. I just think it personally feels better with it off. But it's each to their own. Back to full throttle for the slight rise now for a little while. Might as well start to slow down. Again, Willow, don't rule anything out. The reason that the routes are the way they are at the moment is due to the memory optimization. Anything longer and it would cripple the base consoles. So once we start to see Train Sim World develop for the next gen, you'll probably start to see route extensions and I think they will be coming from third parties. They won't be coming from Dovetail. I think that's what they're going to be going for with Rivet and Skyhook, in that they will be employed to extend, modernise and redo routes. If they've got any sense, that's what they'll get them to do. But again, that's only my opinion. That's not. I don't know anything on the inside or anything like that. But you've got two really good development studios, Rivet and Skyhook Games, that are developing for Train Sim World 2 or for Train Sim World. It would make sense to get them doing route extensions, route rebuilds, modernisation, time scaling something, so making something they've done old, giving them the tools to focus on that. You're going to start to see Armstrong Powerhouse starting to do stuff for Train Sim World as well. I think the owners or Richard Armstrong was saying on that he's working on actually building locos with teams from the ground up, with all of their sounds and everything, on a recent stream with Alan Thompson Simulation, or the ATS folks. So you're going to start to see a lot for Train Sim World moving forward, now that I think that they've established that it's going to be the way that it goes. It's just, when do you start to retire Train Sim World or Train Sim Classic and start to move the development team from that and fold them into the Train Sim World development team? Because I think you've stretched that Train Sim engine as far as you can possibly stretch it now. We've throttled off. Well, we've throttled back. We're in notch 2 now. Rapidly approaching Paddington. So in notch 3, that should keep us at a steady 122, 23 mile an hour. Don't get me wrong, I do love Train Sim Classic, but I think it has reached the end of its life. Exactly, Willow, exactly. And I think that's what they're aiming for. But I've said it in the past, and I've had the discussion with Matt and Adam from the Preserved Collection. At what point do you stop developing for the core systems? They're last gen now. Current gen is Xbox One X, PS4 Pro, Xbox Series S, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5. That PlayStation, they are the current gen. So you've got to cut the support at some point. And I think Train Sim World is now at a point where it needs to cut off PS4 and Xbox owners, or Xbox One owners, and move to the more powerful consoles as their root bits. But again, they can still develop for both of them at the same time. You just won't get the bells and whistles with the older versions. And that's one of the great things about Xbox, is that you get smart delivery. So you build the same game and it figures out what you're trying to install it on and gives you the best version. I don't know if PlayStation 5 has something like that with PS4, but I think we're now at a point where they need to go, thanks very much PS4 owners and Xbox One owners, to get the best possible Train Sim World experience. You are going to need to upgrade your console and get an Xbox One X or a Series machine or a PS5. Not that you can get a PS5 because they're all stuck in the Suez Canal at the moment, but well, probably the same with the Xboxes as well, to be fair. But yes, yeah. But again, that is my opinion. That is not that of Dovetail Games. That is me as a gamer. Me as a man with half an idea of what goes on. So, still doing 125, 9.5 miles to Paddington. I think we're going to arrive roundabout on time because we are going to have to start slowing down shortly as we approach Acton. Throttle off now. Start winding those MTU engines back. Shame they're not Valentas. And we will now start to coast. Well, the thing is that Train Sim Classic is a PS2 game. That's the way you've got to look at it, is that the engine for Train Sim Classic derives from a PlayStation 2 game. Kuju and EA took it from a PS2 game. I can't remember what the game was, but it is based on a PS2 game. So that's way past its best. Alright, 1.5 miles to 100 miles an hour. I think we're slowly breaking ourselves down there with gradients and throttle out. Brakes into initial just to make sure we do get down to 100. There we go. So did any of you guys that are currently watching see the videos that were stripped out of the stream from Friday night and put onto YouTube as their own little videos? And if so, what did you think of that? Do you want to see me do that with more of the videos so that you can go back and take a look at them without having to watch the whole stream on catch up? 2 yellows. Stepped up to a green. I'll just continue to poodle along. I believe we have some congestion of stuff coming out of Old Oak Common on this run, or going into Old Oak Common. God, these brakes are good. Sharp as you like. That's our AWS horn for the 50 mile an hour reduction in speed. Oh yeah, I remember all of that as well, Willow. Massive, massive step forward. But I think once Steam comes to Train Sim World, that'll be when they officially announce that Train Sim Classic is going to be a legacy title, and development will continue from third parties, and they'll make it open source. 50 coming up in 100 yards. Put my teeth back in. Right, so there we go, there's our 50 board. Our single solitary green on the gantry ahead. Happy days. Gantry counting. Don't know what that is. I remember, I'm not a passenger driver. Or do you mean the line that we're on? Because that's line 2. Yes, that's the plan, Willow, is just to cut out the ones I enjoyed or were particularly good during a stream. Alright, so we've got a single yellow ahead as we are now on 3 aspect signalling into Paddington. So that signal drops to 25 mile an hour. Single yellow. That's our 25 across the point work. I still don't quite understand what you do with gantry counting, Cliffy. If I'm honest, that doesn't make any sense to me how that works. Are you referring to you count across the lines of the gantry until you get to yours and then say the signal colour? Is that how it works? Right, we need to be at 15 mile an hour at the edge of the platform for the ramp. Ah, right, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, see, they don't train us for that as freight. C signal with bay signal. Not that we tend to go into this sort of platform. Or some of the guys that I work with do sign. Let's try not to hit the buffer stops, Lee. As we arrive in the magnificent Paddington. Lovely train canopy here. Always loved it. Very leaky roof. Alright, so let's turn our wipers off. Oh, there we go. So that's that and that done. Reverser is in neutral, but we can bring that down to engine off. fair, we'd keep that on in the rear one now. Right, so there we go. So we reasonably good route. No medal awarded, but I've never done that one before, so a little bit strange that we didn't get anything. But I think that's because we were on foot to begin with. Right, so thank you for the information on gantry counting. I shall do that the next time. Right, so let's go back to the main menu and we'll have a little look at... Oh, no, we won't go that far down, Lee. So how do we actually... Oh, there we go. Right, so the diesels. So, it's just the blue engines that are available. Boo hiss, poor form, where's the Class 37? Oh, most signals are now classed as multi-spads, I think, in confusing places. Right, so let's have a little look and see what we've got. Oh, a very loud 47. Right, so what's this one got? Oh, a Temple Meads to Acton TEA tanker train. Oh, that could be interesting. As a Class 4 with a TEA. What else have we got? That's another TEA service. Plenty of empty coach in stock. Plenty of express passengers. So the 47 literally looks like it just does TEAs. So let's have a little look and see what... Oh. Okay. So we've got TEAs. Any other sort of freight going on here? So no, we've got no freight on that one. And I doubt we'll have... Oh no, look, you can do the TEAs with a 52. That's highly unrealistic. Alright, so we'll do a Class 47. And we'll go for bloody wet again. Because I do like a bit of a challenge. Nice and high winds. And what we'll do is we'll do 4 Lima 03. We'll have a little go at some TEA wagons. So what we got, 16 on, 517 tonnes, and I bet it pulls like we're pulling about 50,000 tonnes. Right, okay, so master keys on. Pop it into engine only mode while we get ourselves prepared. We want our window wiper going like Billy-O. DSD is unisolated. AWS is unisolated. And now where have we got our headlights and things like that? They're over here somewhere. Yeah, we want that switch on. We want our marker lights on. I think that's all we get in a 47. Yeah, there's no real headlight in a 47. Well, it's those. Right. So, release our brake. Straight air is off. Just give it a little bit. One thing we do need to pull though is the cab changeover. Right, so are we on vacuum brakes or air brakes? Let's have a little look. There we go. Bit of wheel spit. Yeah, sadly the second man, he's a bit useless. Acton Up Popular Goods Line. Oh, they've even given it its old name. Well, that's a good one. Not called that anymore, I don't think. I just think it's called the Acton Goods. Right, but it's 40 miles an hour. And then we're definitely not going to be going 90 mile an hour with this. The speed limit is 60. Oh, fair enough. Like I say, I don't sign it, but I was always taught it's just the up goods. Alright, so it's... Oh, they've got the train order in the right thing, but we've got no end of train display. So that's a dangerous goods irregularity, which has now become a dangerous goods incident. So yeah, we've not got an end of train display. How much do you want to bet it's on the first wagon behind the loco? No, it's not even there. How can you get something so basic so wrong? Right, so 60 mile an hour with these TEAs, that is the maximum speed we can do with them. Even though we're a class 4, TEAs I don't think have ever been class 4. Again, can't really see it. Oh, it's quite dark. TEA wagons tend to be goods timing brakes, which is what that G means. The TEA stands for air braked. So that's 60 mile an hour tops. What is TEA? Tanker something air. Their identification. Is it like an identification of the wagon on tops? And the A stands for air braked. If you had a V, that'd be vacuum braked. So at least we're on air brakes. But what does that say up there? Air pass. Well, we definitely wouldn't be in air pass. Just for the record, it'd be air goods on the TEA set, because you don't want the petrol or the diesel or the whatever you're transporting in these, which is going to be highly flammable, sloshing around and unbalancing the wagon, because that'll end in tears like it did in Wales with that DB cargo train the other month. And I'm pretty sure fuel trains used to be 47s or double-headed 31s. TEA wagons still run on the network today. They still... Evening Pint. You join us for a bit of Great Western Blue. Just revisiting after they've added the freight and fixed a few things now, but spot the glaring mistake at the rear of the train. There's no tail lamp. And it's not like I can even take the spare one and walk down the train and pop it on, because they don't have that facility to attach a tail lamp. Yes, I have said it, Cliffy, and I have said it, and I have raised the ticket. That's a point. I haven't checked on how that ticket is progressing. So let's go to Dovetail Games' website and actually have a look, because I can guarantee you it's probably been closed. As unable to replicate. A driver has said it's fine, so that's what it is. Oh, don't start messing me around, website. Let's have a little look as we go through Slough. Right, so here we go, Kayako. Where's my mouse pointer gone? There it is. Right, my tickets. Class 66 issues has been closed. It's been closed because apparently they're already aware of it. The issue may also appear on the TSW2 roadmap. No, it hasn't, and no, it won't. But hey ho, it's been reported, they're aware of it. But it's definitely not me. And the only other person I know that has worked in conjunction with Dovetail or had any input as a 66 driver has stated that he's never signed off that it was good, like it was how it's supposed to be. The Arosa line was an experience. Yes, I'm thinking of doing it this evening. Having my first outing on it. I've done the uphill tutorial. I haven't come down the mountain though. But I've always offered my opinion to Dovetail when it comes to the 66. They used to have it perfect. It's only when they introduced the Simugraph diesel traction stuff that it all went wobbly. So, who be knows? Who knows? Slightly creeping over 60 mile an hour there, so just throttle off. I suppose we do our running brake test. Copy up. There we go. I don't know if we've seen you in the stream since Tuesday, Cliffy, but I passed my rules and I'm still brain dead from it. I think you were in on Friday night, actually. I can't remember. But yes, rules passed. Haven't got to worry about them for 3 years now. Or it could be 2. Can't remember. People were telling me things on Tuesday that were going in one ear and out the other afterwards. Thank you very much. So So I'm no longer PQA now, which is nice. Which means that's the first step on the road to where I want to eventually end up, which is driving instructor. So start with the route learners now, and move on to DI at some point in the near future. No, we don't do professional things like that. Right, let's just get the throttle up if we can at 30%, no, 31. We'll just poodle along. It's not I'm ready to move over, Cliffy, I just have a real good sort of passion for teaching. I think it's just when you enjoy your job and everything, I think being an instructor or passing your knowledge on is easier to do. Cool, that AWS horn wasn't particularly great then. I nearly missed that. It's been the second one I've missed this week. Just notice the brakes are staying on. There we go. Give them a little tweak. Cool, that 52 sounded good coming towards us then. Has he got a train? He doesn't have to look like he's got a red light on either. 20% throttle now. Means AWS is clear. Why is the engine not generating any amps? There we go. I was going to say we had the throttle in and then it was just idling. Power now that the throttle's actually come back on. It's too busy stuffing a Belgian bun in your face. Brakes are applying themselves again. Excellent, Cliffy. Excellent. What are you going to do to celebrate after your pass out run? You'll be able to go to the pub. How about that? Well, you should hopefully be able to. Nice long TEA train. Is there quite a few of you then at the moment that are in training or doing their hours handling with DIs? Oh, right, okay. No pressure then. So I'm going to give this the benefit of the doubt now, this GW Blue, Great Western Blue. Yes, it's somebody's vanity project, but I've certainly made it a little bit better. I just think it could be busier. It's 10 to 8 in the morning and I haven't seen a 101 coming in the down direction at the moment. But we're heading off to Pint's stomping ground after this one. After yesterday's fantastic German, or Friday's fantastic German routes. I think we're going to head back to the German routes and have a little whiz around. So Pint, I'm open to suggestions for which route to do. Because like I say, this is only a short stream this afternoon, and then it'll be a big long one later. For anybody that wishes to join me. Oh, Willow, I just saw... Pint will be better off answering that one. I have only done the part of the tutorial and got bored. So I haven't actually sunk my teeth into it yet. It is on the list. It is in the list that we've got to play through. I just wanted to give this another chance after it got patched, and now that the front of the train is the front of the train and the rear of the train is the rear of the train, that's groovy, and the doors open on the right side and the right side, not the wrong side now. So again, they're making baby steps. So yeah, we're 100 miles in a class 47. Okie dokie. I wasn't sure as to which is the best route or route to do. We did one the other night and it was very scenic. It was very lovely in a 143. I enjoyed that one. I don't know what route it was, which is a pain in the backside. Right, we've got 14 miles to go until Acton now. Still trundling along at 60. I think we come down to 40 now, don't we? I think it comes to... cruise at 50 at the minute till we see the next speed sign. Slough, good old Bay platform now works at Slough. Back to 60. It's better than the Isle of Wight. It wasn't hard to be better than the Isle of Wight. But again, some people enjoy the Isle of Wight. I personally found it a bit too quiet. that's real life. There's only like one train an hour on the Isle of Wight line in both directions. Thank you, Willow. Rursignor. Okay. Well, yeah, hopefully we get the layers back on HMA soon, on console. We'll have a little look in the list when we get there. Maybe do a bit of German freight. Not that I've got a clue at what speed German freight can run, and the game doesn't tell you what the maximum rate speeds German freight can run at is. Oh, we're getting put away here. 2 miles. Getting us out of the way of something. We're going off into a siding. 120, okie dokie, lovely jubbly. Note made in my head. Because I quite enjoyed the 182 the other day when I drove that. That thing makes the earth spin the wrong way round when you put it on full acceleration. So where are we going here? We must be going in at Hayes and Harlington. Being signalled down. 2 yellows. Yeah, that sounds about right for the console to be a little bit more underwhelming than the PC version. Right, 15 mile an hour has been reached. And good old fashioned, the brakes aren't releasing because it thinks we're on vacuum braking still. Right, so we've got a single yellow coming up. And a number 1 indicator. Right, so we're going on to the goods loop. May have preempted the speed drop off a bit too soon there, but here we go, into the loop. Pretty sure this is the Colnbrook loop. If you were going to Colnbrook, this is the loop you'd go into. So we've come in on a single yellow. So we're searching for the red. As the loco brakes refusing to release properly has caused us to come to a stand. Wagon brakes are off though, because the brake pipe's at full. Damn thing. Alright, well, looks like we've now got a single yellow. We're still on the 15. That's what happens when you go on a goods loop. Yeah, but that's what they charge for a route, isn't it, Point? It's sort of their fixed pricing. I've completely forgot this goods loop's here. It's a shame they don't route some of the other freight that runs on the line into this. Oh yeah, but again, it's a third-party developer, isn't it? But Rivet Games probably get £15 of that, and Dovetail take 10. Or they do it. They have to give a cut to the relevant platforms, don't they? So Rivet probably get 10, DTG get 10, and 5 goes to the platform. Yeah, there you go, Steam gets 30%. Red ahead. Yeah, so that's why we pay $24.99 for a route. It makes sense. I don't think Xbox and PlayStation are that high. I think it's 15% on them. I don't think the cut's so big on them. But I know they definitely get a cut. What that cut is anybody's guess, but I don't think it's as high as 30. Because in theory, Microsoft handle all transactions and Sony handle all transactions through their stores. So they, in theory, take the money, hold on to the money for 3 months, invest it, get a fast return on it, and then spit out at the other end what the developer gets. Right, we've got a ground position light. We have got a permissive signal ahead. Right, so we are heading into an occupied road. So what is ahead of us? Absolutely nothing. So why have we got the... Why are we getting a ground position light when there's no real reason for it, because there's nothing ahead of us? Well, that's an interesting signal. Just give me a caution. Give me a single yellow. Because there's no confusing... You don't need to give me a permissive signal to pass that one. You can give me a single yellow with that being a red and then that being permissive, because then you've got the junction. And I don't quite get what's going on with the signalling here. Yeah, I'm slightly confused as to the signalling sequences here. Right, we're now on a 10 mile an hour. Where the hell's that come from? We'll just roll over this junction at 15. We're alright. Oh, Lee, what have you done? You've knackered your brakes up now, mate. Right, let's just come to a stand. Hang on. Full service. Right, where's the vacuum doobie, whatchamacallit, brake? See if we can actually get going again once we put in goods. There we go, vacuum brakes now off. We're now just waiting for it to rebuild the air. We have got some in the vac chamber, and I cannot remember for the life of me where the blimmin', I don't think it's in this end, in the vac brake expel. No, that's the DSD. There we go, we're moving again. Well, you could always offer to lend a hand in the second man's seat. Anyway, how fast are we going? 15 mile an hour. Too fast. Can anybody remember if this bit of track is in the original GWE? Because I don't think I've ever been down it before in my life in this game. Right, we're now 40 mile an hour right away. Let's give it all of the throttles. I don't think I've ever been over this part of the railway in the game. I don't think I've ever been on it though. Oh, we've lost all... Why have we lost... There's still some quirky bugs with this. Yeah, it is only for freight, but you don't use it in Great Western Express. I did all the freight services in that, and I can never ever remember being on it before. That's the first time I've ever been over that. That's a red pen moment. Still some quirky bugs though with this. At least it works in. Oh, there's signalling on the overpass there. I've not noticed that before. Quite possibly in one of the scenarios. 2 yellows. Wow, I love the fact that it cuts the throttle out when you acknowledge the DSD. I'm just going to have to start hitting the AWS button. I've been looped again. There you go. As soon as you hit the acknowledge button, it dumps the DSD pedal. So I'm not sure what brakes we've got going in here. Oh yeah, looks like it's air brakes. Oh, they're good though, wherever they were. Blimey. The wheel slip button is well and truly alight. Or we may have slid to a stand. Oh no, we're going again. Right, red ahead. Must have something coming across into the bay platform. Now it takes a lot more than that to flatten a couple of wheels. It's been a bit sparky. Alright, let's have a little look at the map. So that signal is apparently clear. Right. It's obviously a signal failure. Watch the SPAD go off in a minute. Oh, no, we didn't get a SPAD. Okay, we'll give it a bit more beans now then. Thought everything was about to come grinding to a halt again. Got 15 mile an hour, so we're going again onto the goods. I didn't even pay attention to the banner repeater then, Cliffy. I knew we got a single yellow, so we were coming to a red. Good job I didn't take note of the banner repeater, to be fair. Right, here we go. Into another loop. Again, this is fantastic signalling from British Rail, because yeah, the Haze Up Good loops are 25 though. It's not a 15, it's a 25. 15 if you go off into the yard. If you go off over to that bit there, that's a 15. This is a 25. Right, so we've got a ground position light which protects the junction. Cool, that's a bit naughty. Oh, that's naughty. A ground position light. It's a main aspect. Ground position light on a junction. I believe SN272 is off. And this signal was recently SPADed, I believe, in real life. I can pretty much remember a SPAD warning for this, or a SPAD alert for this. R for relief. Just can't believe they forgot to put the tail lamp on the rear of the TEA wagon. Schoolboy error. Alright. Back on the relief now. Wonder if we're going to get looped into the next loop. I don't think we are. We're good to 40 mile an hour now for this section. Do I think it's because they're... I don't think it's because they've rushed the DLC out. I just don't... I think their quality assurance people don't know. And I think that's the big thing. I don't think they're looking for things like that. So I don't think it's that they're rushing DLC out. It's just I don't think the people that test it know what they're looking for. They're just trying to find things that are broken. And a tail lamp not being on the end of it, of the train, might not jump out to them as being something that is critical in the way the railway operates. But Matt P should have picked it up, to be fair. But if I'm honest, I'm enjoying the freight, the Great Western Blue freight. I'm enjoying that. But yes, there's still a few bugs. Because the game's running, the game works, but it's just... But the other thing that really winds me up about DTG is that they let the couplings hang down. Like, that coupling should be hooked over the hook. It's a blimmin' stanza coupling. It shouldn't be hanging free. That's against the rule book. All couplings should be stowed and all pipes should be stowed. And I've raised that. It's a simple rule book instruction. Yeah, it goes against the rule book, and I've requested on a 66 that they fix it. Right, we're coming up to Hanwell now. I think it's Hanwell's coming up now. Was it one train a day for GWR stops there now? As it's an MTR station and served by the Elizabeth line. Yeah, Iron Bridge, that's your link back into Colnbrook there, isn't it? That takes you into Colnbrook on the loop. Done a run round there a few times when I was on my handling hours. But that's where this is the thing that I keep saying to DTG, is you need to stop giving the keys, the pre-release keys, out to people that aren't railway people. You've got enough people in the community that are railway employees or railway enthusiasts that know what they're looking for give them early access keys to the product. Now, I'm on their early access list. But I don't get a key because I'm not verified by the website that they use. I can't get accredited. It's taking me forever, even though I meet all of the criteria. But they don't give the keys out to the people that they know. They won't just email me a key and go, here you go, Briar, here's a key to a UK route. Can you just do a stream and just have a look at it for us, and then email us a list of all the things that need fixing before release? I'll send it to you, Cliffy, in a private message. But you have to be a streamer and things like that. You have to have a channel. You have to have so many followers. You have to have so many views and stuff like that. So unless you're a streamer, it's very hard to get into it. But yeah, I've been saying for absolutely ages that UK routes, just give me a blimmin' early access and I'll go and pick it to pieces for you so that you don't get slated when it's released, because then you can do stuff. You only need to give me a week's early access, because half the problems you've got can be easily addressed very quickly. Right, here we go. We're coming up to Acton now for the yard. 30 mile an hour into the yard. Oh, there goes 52. Let's see if this has got a tail light on it. No, see, that's not got a tail light on it either. So I'm guessing they've had to remove tail lamps. Hiya, Tubster, good afternoon. I'm guessing they've had to remove tail lamps so that the game doesn't get confused as to what's the front and what's the back. Two yellows and a number 1 indicator. That's going to put us into the Acton yard, and then we're going to roll down that and come out onto the unpopular goods. But yes, so as I was saying, they need to start giving keys to people that can actually say what's wrong with something. Well, that's the thing, is that I've been involved in Train Sim World on console since it came out. I've religiously played it. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing. It helped me learn how to drive a 66, because when I actually got on a 66 for the first time and sat in the seat, I knew what went where and what button did what, which absolutely astounded my instructor. Yeah, it absolutely astounded my instructor, because he was like, how the hell do you know what that does and what that does if you've never been on a train before? And no one would believe me on my driver's course when I said I'd learned how to drive a 66 on a computer game. So, yeah. But yes, I've been involved since the Founders Edition, and I have what I'd like to think is a reasonably good relationship with Matt P. And I think he does tend to listen to when I say things. But I don't think he gets the backing to fix things that are flagged, that are raised. Like I say, I've raised the Class 66 for ages, since I started noticing a problem with it. But sort of got poo-pooed a little bit as to there isn't actually a problem. Well, there blooming well is, and I'm telling you there is. It's like me going to a car garage with my car and them saying, oh yeah, your shock absorbers are gone, and me going, nah, definitely not, there's some life left in them yet. I don't know what's what with my car. Yeah, see, so it is accurate to a degree. It gives you an idea of where you're going and what you're looking for and what you're looking at, and bits and bobs like that. It's been an absolutely shocking run, this. Well, because we've hit the bloody DSD button for the AWS, it's another thing I need to add to the list of bugs that AWS and DSD cancel on the controller. Drops the brake, drops the power out. Alright, there we go, we've got a red ahead as we come onto the goods loop. Oh, what's coming towards us? Another 47. Right, there we go. That's that one done. Right, I'm just going to quickly pop and get a drink, guys. I'm going to be right back, so don't go anywhere. Oh, I'm back. Oh, oh, right. Don't forget, guys. Charity bits and pieces going on as we move forward. Oh Christ! What have I just done? Yeah, still working. So, right, okay. Let's go back here. Our main menu. Right, so we're going to go to Germany. I'm going to choose a high-speed route, I think, and just do an ice run, because I've got dinner shortly. And I did say I was only going to be on till 6. So we're going to run over slightly, but then we will be back later on, like I say. And hopefully Ollie will be joining us this evening, so we'll do some UK routes with some Anne. We'll have some announcements going on, as Ollie is our man with the announcements. All right. Just gonna test something quickly. Right, that is working still. Cool. Did you actually get the sound on that though? Or did the sound not come out? Oh, you got the sound. Cool. Right, the sound is at least still working on that. Right, okay, so let's do some Cologne. Anybody want to pick a weather? Ooh. So I forgot there was some layers. But we're going to do the 406. Anybody want to pick the weather? Okay, no, we'll just have a nice... It's a bit cloudy. Okay, we'll have spring cloudy then. Right, so what's the time at the moment? It's coming up to 17:49. So let's do this one. Hopefully it's not dark and the clocks have gone forward, because otherwise it's going to be a bit of a boring run to watch, because it's going to be dark. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's dark. Oh, no. Right, so...
Störung. Türen geöffnet. Störung. Zugbeeinflussung. WB gesperrt. WB gesperrt.
Right. Headlights. Dimmed high beams or normal? We do normals. Oh, we got no... Oof, there we go. Aircon's on! It's unusual. The pan's normally up and we're normally good to go. Right. Oh, excellent. That works on the control. Oh, right. Okay, cool. I didn't realise that our AFB worked on the keyboard.
SIFA eingeleitet.
Yeah, I didn't realise that it worked on that, which is mighty handy. Alright, so we're on that 4 above the signal means 40, doesn't it? That's what that means. Yeah. Do our PZB release, which means we're good, aren't we? We just have to obey the rules now. We're not restricted. I've just turned restricted mode off, haven't I? Yeah, cool. I'm slowly getting the hang of these German trains. Oh, that's a nice view. Have a photo of that one. It was flashing. It was flashing 70 and 85. Alright, so we're now coming up to the 100 kilometres. Wait until the rear of the train is past that, and then we shall set AFB to accelerate. There we go. Yeah, it literally, as we were pulling past the signal, it was going into restrictive mode, and I did PZB release, which I believe is the correct one to use. Zug beeinflussen. Oh. Lots of cars. Anybody want a car? Cheap cars. Right, so we've got the 140, so we're looking for the 14. There it is, right by those buffer stops. And away we go. Blast on the throttle to get us up to 140 now. And we are away, and we are cooking on gas. Well, we're not, we're cooking on induction, to be honest. Right, so I think we just cruise along now at 140 until LZB comes in. So which is the better ice train? Is it the 403 or the 406? Because I know numbers don't mean everything. Like the 406 looks a little bit more modern inside with a dash, but oh, they're equivalent. Oh, okay, cool. But they like a different. Ah, okay, I see. Is that on the 406? It's got different power currents and stuff. Or is that the 4? Yeah, it's the 406, isn't it? That can operate across borders. Right, we've got a warning for 110. Let's knock our AFB down. Oh, it's accelerating and braking at the same time. Decide which one you're going to go with, train. And are they made by Siemens? Is it a Siemens train? Pretty sure Siemens make it, yeah. Well, it's not Siemens Bombardier anymore. You're not allowed to call them Bombardier. Or Bombardier. Doesn't exist anymore. It's Siemens Alstom. Because Alstom bought Bombardier. But wasn't Adtrans bought by Siemens? I can't remember. You know when things just stick in your head for some reason? Ah, Adtrans was bought by Bombardier. Oh yeah, because the reason Alstom bought Bombardier was that the European Union or the European Commission have blocked the merger between Alstom and Siemens, didn't they? So now they're in bed with each other anyway. Oh no! Oh, when you hit the wrong button. I think we got away with that though. Just. Come on, let's hit the high speed bit. I was just mashing buttons trying to get back in the seat then. But we haven't lost any time, we haven't lost any speed. Just waiting for LZB now. Doesn't come on till quite late though on this route if I remember rightly. Yep, that's true. And CAF, don't forget CAF. They're another European train builder. CAF. And then you got, what are they called? Talga? Is it Talga? Talgo, yeah. They make some nice trains. And then you got Hitachi. Not yet, they don't. I'm pretty sure the EU will make Germany buy some Spanish trains. Oh, that's interesting. Why can't Stadler deliver? Oh right, that's interesting. Because didn't Stadler buy Vöchler? Or is that a sub-brand of Stadler? I think it's time for Brush Traction to come back in the UK and build a new loco. Ah, but don't Stadler own the rights to producing those in Europe? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the Class 68 and the 88s in the United Kingdom, they're Stadler Vöchlers or Stadler Vöchler. Just wish that somebody would hurry up and make an electric Coco loco again, so that my company that I work for would invest in them, because they won't invest in Bobo formations. LZB! Woohoo! Away we go. Evening, Rogan. Hope you're well, my man. So we are now on LZB. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm all good, matey. First of 2 streams tonight. So this one is just the final route of the afternoon. And I'm going off for my tea. And then I'll be back on for a all-nighter. Ah. They make bloody good shunters as well, though. Isn't one coming to one of the German routes soon? Isn't that what TSG are working on for their... Yeah, thought they were.
SIFA. Zug beeinflussen.
Right, we're now out on the high speed section of the route, approaching 200 kilometers an hour. Active tilt system enabled. Yes, Rogan, we're going to have a little look at it tonight. I'm not going to spend all night on it. I've got a few things that I would like to do this evening. Like, I want to do some more German because I'm really enjoying German at the moment. Probably going to have a little bit of high speed on the southeastern, but just generally have a chill out. It's a reduced service on a Sunday, but we've not got any rail replacement bus services, so that's a good thing. Right, so we pretty much don't have to do anything for some time now as we whistled. Whoa, why has that gone off and gone the speed gone to 0? Well, in the signalling we trust. Stopping under 10 kilometres. Oh, right, okay. Oh, over 10 kilometres. No, right. No signalling until then. Oh, right. Okay, mate. I probably won't be online when you come back from your tea, because I'm obviously going to go off and have mine, but I'm aiming to be back on for around 8. Oh, blimey. Stadler's cleaned up there, then. Because we have Stadlers run on the line that I live on. We have Stadler flirts. Which, to be fair, their bi-modes and the electric ones are rapid. Ridiculously quick. And comfortable. And reasonably quiet. Well, I like them anyway. Acquired taste. Cool, draw distance is pretty good on this route. At what point's that going to disappear, that train? Blimey, that is good draw distance. Oh, there it's gone. Oh, signalling slowing us down. Are we catching something up, Point? Is that why it's slowing us down? Or have I missed a... Ah, right, okay. I don't think I've ever been stopped on a high-speed run before on this route. Yeah, it's definitely got the brakes in. Oh yeah, because don't we share the railway with the... there we go, it's accelerating again now. Don't we share the railway? Don't those things get put out in front of us at certain points? Those 420s. there it is. Yep, we have something ahead of us. It's added a little bit of a spice to the route. Well, we are on in-cab signalling, Willow. That's the thing. That's what LZB is. It gives you all of your information there, your speed, and then your frequency of the receivers from the magnets, I think they are. They give those. Again, we're now speeding up. We're catching it up, so it's coming out the power again, applying the brake to slow us down. So I'm just going to go to 50% throttle and let it do its thing. But there you go, you can see again the needle's moved up to 50% acceleration. The needle on the speedometer has gone up to 205, dropping down to 200 again. And it's just maintaining a distance, so I don't think we go right up the back to a stop. I think that's how it works. It's still pretty much a learning curve for it. G illuminated. Like the fact the sun's well, I could, but I don't sign your traction, so and also I'm working myself tomorrow night, so I can't really cover two diagrams. Because you're on days and I'm on nights. Ah. Well, we're at 50% throttle, we're not absolutely annihilating the power handle at the moment, and it's nice controlled. But we're going to come down to 30 on the handle because you wouldn't want to do the job I've got, Cliffy. Oh no. It's the long shift. Wembley, Felixstowe, sit around, and then Felixstowe, Wembley. 6 PM till 6 AM. A 3-hour commute. Yum yum. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, gotta acknowledge. Yellow. Can't tell if the end is illuminated there. I might have missed it. We may be having a brake application. I honestly cannot tell. No, end isn't on yet. Oh right, okay. Well, it's best to get in the habit
SIFA. SIFA. Flugbeeinflussung. SIFA. SIFA. Flugbeeinflussung.
And there's the red. Always got a fear that it will never stop me in time.
SIFA. SIFA. Flugbeeinflussung.
Cool. Alright, there we go. I spy with my little ear something that sounds like an M7 from the Long Island Railroad.
SIFA. SIFA. Flugbeeinflussung.
Right, so 3.4 kilometres to Colne. But we are creeping along behind this unit now.
SIFA. SIFA. Flugbeeinflussung.
In the UK, this would be questioning the signaller as to what the signaler's playing at. We're following that all the way into the station. Are we still on LZB though? We are, aren't we? Yeah. Oh, I just saw the end flashing then.
AFB. 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 SIFA. SIFA. SIFA Zwangsbremsung. Flugbeeinflussung.
Very nearly had the old alarms going off there.
Flugbeeinflussung.
Shut off the power. Right, we are now in charge.
Flugbeeinflussung. Flugbeeinflussung.
We are now in control of our own destinies. I must acknowledge all cautionary aspects now, like this one. It has a yellow on it, I will acknowledge.
Flugbeeinflussung.
Right, and here we go. Coming into Colne. Hello, Olaf. Good evening.
SIFA. SIFA. Zugbeeinflussung.
And there we go, folks.
Türen geöffnet. Zugbeeinflussung.
Oh, we're on a restrictive there. Flashing away. But that was an entertaining ice run, that one. As we were waiting for that thing to get out of the way. Caught it up a little bit. Right, so guys and girls, we're going to end this part of the stream for today here. And like I say, I will be back on around 8 PM, where we'll be looking at the Arosa line. So I shall catch you all very shortly. But thanks for watching, and like I say, we'll see you in a little while.